Welcome to the first market commentary for 2014. I hope you're all doing well, had a nice festive period. Hope you're all rested and ready for another year's trading. I thought for this commentary we could have a little look at the indices and just get back in line and see what's been happening for the last couple of weeks, as well as have a look at gold, which we've been covering for most of these series, as well as look at cable and euro. So I'll do a little bit of a longer commentary and then we'll get back into the rhythm for the weeks ahead. Now, what you'll notice is we had quite a steady nice move up with a little bit of indecision on the Dow. So let me just zoom this in a little bit so you can see it nice and clear. So you can see that we actually, there's the 16th of December, and we've made this lovely new high. Now one of the things I was highlighting and commenting on and discussing was whether or not we would get the Santa rally, and it wasn't looking like it. But once we got into the 16th of December, we came back into this really nice area. And the one thing that I highlighted is, although I wasn't convinced there would be a Santa rally, which in essence there now has been, although to be honest, it's not one of the strongest you'll see if you look historically, but I wanted these levels broken before I would have considered short. So although I might think we might go up or down, it needs to technically line up. So now what we've got here is very basic price analysis. We have a new high that's been created, and it's quite a nice new high when we've done this move up here and we've taken out this level here. So the one thing that I would be looking at on the Dow is the pullback potentially to this sort of area. Now whether or not we come down to exactly that area, but again we did this the last time. So if we can do a pullback, that could be a good opportunity to consider the long. The other thing we could be looking at is if we can break the lows from the 3rd of January. If we can break these lows, it might be that we get this move down, so you could be looking from an intraday point of view. So what I would say with this, with the Dow at the moment, is short-term trades, day trades, I would be looking at a break of these lows for potential little pullbacks and breakouts down. And from a swing perspective, I would look to see what happens now, because there's two things that I would look for. With the market still being in a bullish run and trending higher, I would either look for the market to pull back into around here for the possible long opportunity, or I would like to see some sideways action for quite some time, and then at that point I could look for a fresh breakout to then continue the long. Again, if I was going to look short from a swing perspective, I really need to see us get back down to this level before I would consider it, because that's where the previous level of support is. And I would want that support broken for me to then start being swing-based bearish. Okay. Now, if we go into gold, gold's actually done some nice moves over the festive period. Now, the only thing with gold, it didn't quite make it back down to the 1180 level, which was these lows. It missed it fractionally, and that can sometimes happen. Now, bear in mind, with things like spread, it might be that it has hit it from a spread perspective. But it's not uncommon to see us get really close and maybe then push off of it. But on the other hand, I wouldn't be surprised to see us come back down. But if we were to look at this from a basic price point of view, prices come down, pull back, come down again. Can you see the pattern that's being created here? What we've had here is a double bottom. Combine that with a nice clear bit of divergence. Now the market's starting to push up. Now, I'm recording this Monday afternoon, and you can see we've quite an indecisive day today. It's quite an ugly candle. It's had a push down, a push up, and it's not very clear about the direction at this moment in time. The one slight issue we have is we've got this bit of traffic here. So if I was going to look long, short-term wise, I would be looking for a break of this, or alternatively, probably a break below here. If I was going to look short-term trades, as far as swing trading goes, I would really want to see price break this level here to look long. I might look for a possible reversal short-term here, but it's a bit messy, so I'm not too keen on that. Alternatively, if we come back down, either a reaction here or a break here. Now, we're still obviously very early in the month, and normally we're doing this at the end of the month. When we're looking at it, so we're coming into this and we've already had a bit of the month's movement so far. So at the moment, gold's a bit no man's land, but it's certainly done a nice double bottom, which is an indication of potential upside. Going back to last year, I still maintain that potentially we could be looking at an overall bearish move, which is there's plenty of evidence supporting that at the moment, but because of this run down, if we break this minor trend line here, which we have a channel, if we can break that, then we could be looking good for some upside, which also coincides with this level here that we've just highlighted. So you can see that although I am slightly bearish, if we can break this level, that proves the bearish sentiment correct. However, if we start to break these levels, then I would readjust my opinion on that, but we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll have a little look at pound versus American dollar or cable. Now, straight away, and this is really important, whenever I look at a market, I get a first glance look, and this is what happens the minute you load. And it's incredible how, on first glance, you can look to see, does this market look clean or does it look messy? Is it giving me some clear information? And straight away what I see is I see a market that isn't very clean, from the point of view that ultimately cable has been trading within this range, this huge range. It's actually even wider than that, and this is from the weekly perspective. But this is where we have a bit of a tricky environment off the weekly. We've not quite made it back to these highs, but we've broken these highs here. So what we've got is we've got a bit of a limbo state just now. However, where this could look quite nice for a potential short opportunity from the swing perspective would actually be on the daily. If we were to go to the daily, and if we take the trend line, what you'll notice is we've been trending quite nicely, but we're just potentially starting to run out of momentum, which is shown on the weekly. If we just look at the weekly from these reversal candles. Now today we're actually getting a reversal candle after a reversal candle, which, that's one of the indications that the market doesn't quite know which direction to go in. But if we go to the daily, today we've got a nice reversal as well. Obviously this being Monday, which is why the daily and the weekly will look the same. We'll see how it plays out, but there could be a possible opportunity if we can break this sort of level here. Then we've got some nice space. As far as the swing trade goes, there is also the possibility to consider the pullback here. The only slight danger with the pullback from a swing point of view is that we're below this level, so we'd maybe want to see that broken. Then the issue with that would be risk to reward. So what I would be looking for is intraday trades from this level back up to here. And then obviously if we can break that level, we have the next weekly level. But what you can see is the upside is limited based on the fact we've got level after level after level, which really skews the risk to reward. Whereas if we clear this short area here, support area here, then we've got some clean air. And again, if we clear these highs, then we come into clean air. It's got to prove itself a little bit. And lastly, if we just have a little look at the euro and see where that's at. So yeah, so the euro, big volatile spike on the 27th of December, and from there we've kind of paused, and then as of the 2nd of January we've broken down. We've come into this sort of minor area here that you can just see, but again it's a little bit similar to cable in that it's got quite a bit of traffic below. It's actually worse than cable in the respect that even if we were to break the recent lows, there is a little bit of a traffic jam. So at this moment in time for me, the euro doesn't look too clean as far as clear and obvious tradable opportunities. There's no doubt we've come into a significant area which we're reacting to. What does look quite nice is on the weekly. What we have is the double top pattern with the divergence, a reversal candle and a close below. So it does look like there could be some potential downside, but that downside could be limited based on this area here. So for me, really I would want to probably see this all taken out, and then I would be happy to start looking short and get into some clean air. Alternatively, what I would then do, bring these levels back in, and we could be looking from a day trade point of view that if we break these lows, we have some space down. If we break these, so that's where you could look at your intraday trading from. Okay, so that's the market commentary for this week. It's great to be back. I look forward to seeing the gold members in the room over the coming week get back into things. The silver members, I hope you find this useful, and I hope your trading starts off with a bang in 2014. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.